contingent. From the Barbados Defence Force, it is a platoon of infantry, which is typically about 30 persons. And additionally, a small team with them is some support staff, so drivers, medical specialists, communication specialists. It's an integral unit, really, but it fits within the construct of the RSS contingent. The RSS contingent would therefore take a number of similar units from each member state and bring them into a bigger force. They are going to go ashore in St Vincent, and they're going to come under command of the Commissioner of Police, Royal St Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, and conduct whatever law enforcement support or security assistance he may require in the particular operational theater. And it's pretty much standard for RSS deployments and operations such as this to comprise such a force.
How long is the mission likely to last?
That depends. Previous operations such as this, we have, for example, in Dominica in 2017, we went in September, and the last troops came out in December at the end of the year, and of course we rotated them at intervals throughout. And as we've heard from the scientists and the other experts and authorities, we don't know how long this period of volcanic activity is going to last. The bottom line is that I think the Barbados Defence Force, as part of the regional security system and of course the SEDEMA constructs, will do as much as is required of it for as long as we need to.
I wanted to know, since somebody else is asking, about the response for items to be donated. What has that been like?
Overwhelming. The Barbadian public has, I think, heard the call sent out by government, and they've been touched by it, and there has been a very, very meaningful, very overwhelming response in terms of the items donated. Everything from water to sanitary items to food stuff, non-perishable. The response has been overwhelming.
And this will be the second team from the Barbados Defence Force that we have in St Vincent. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about what reports of what you've heard about what is on the ground?
I've heard that the conditions, as bad as they are in Barbados, are much worse with regard to the volcanic activity, the volcanic fallout, the ash and so on. I've also heard that the state of the communities as well is they're resilient people like ourselves in the Caribbean, and law and order and knitting together and helping each other to ride through the adversity is pretty much a part of what the personnel would have sensed on the ground. But of course there's that sense of anxiety given the nature of the volcano and the ferocity of its explosion so far. Nevertheless, the spirit, like Caribbean people, like Barbadians, and I'm sure resident in this contingent and what they will deliver, is one of determination, is one of purpose, and as I mentioned in my remarks to the troops just now, one of focus. Focus to help, focus to share, and certainly to help St Vincent and the Grenadines along the path to recovery in the weeks and in the months and probably in the years ahead.
Retired Earl Arthurs. I am the district manager for the regional security system, but I am working as the team lead for the SEDEMA detailed damage sectoral assessment.
Well, tell us about the nature of the mission that you're involved in.
Well, really and truly what we want to do is to get a number of our experts who are on the ground already or who are traveling in from Trinidad, Barbados and St Lucia. And these regional and international experts are going to work along with the national leads and look at the different sectors: housing, shelter, food, health, water, sanitation, agriculture, and they are going to look and see what actually the damage is what are some of the immediate needs that need to be sorted out now, what are some of the midterm needs and the long-term needs. And then we have 5 days to do that and to submit a report in to the government of St Vincent and the Grenadines, and then go back home. Hopefully that document will be used by St Vincent and the Grenadines to work with our regional and international partners and to source the needs for the people for the immediate, medium and long term.
When you say the immediate, medium and long term, give me more practical.
Yeah, the immediate is what's happening right now. People are in shelters, for instance. They need food, they need health systems to be available for them, and like that. And then we have the medium needs. When they come out of the shelters, they need to go somewhere to stay. They need to get the farms back going and to be productive. That's the recovery, the recovery part. And then the reconstruction part later on is the long term, where they build back better, and make sure that in the next hazard that they won't be a disaster for them.
Making recommendations, or would you also be given in-kind assistance?
No. We are doing the paperwork.
Just face that way so that we can.
Yeah, we are doing the paperwork. We are actually doing the needs assessment and come with the recommendation. The recommendation will actually drive the response from the donor agencies. If they get a proper recognized and acceptable recommendation, they are going to utilize that to source funding.
And have you gotten, based on preliminary reports, have you gotten any indication as to how bad the situation is on the ground?
That is always difficult for you to do, and it's not proper for you to come up with already in your head what you think is the scenario. When we get here, we are going to look. A lot of our people are going on the ground to go into the area, to meet with people, talk with people, and to see exactly what is the situation on the ground. So we get a ground truth. A lot of things floating around in the media is not necessarily the ground truth. When you come here, you find out that things are either worse or better than you had been told.
And this recommendation, is it going to be made under one united heading, or is it just one from the FA or one from City?
What is going to happen is this: the expert in each field is going to submit to me a daily report over the next 5 days and a final report at the end. My job is to pull everything together, pull all the recommendations together. I'm not going to change their recommendations and their specialist views, but my job is to pull it together so that when the donors read it, they'll be able to understand it and to know what is the priority and what is the long-term needs and stuff like that.
And I know you said that you wouldn't be getting into the realm of speculation as to what's going on.
Not yet.
Right now.
Not yet.
Given the fact that you're already looking at a short, medium, and long-term plan, it gives us an idea that this is going to be a very extended process of recovery. Any idea how long?
No, that is for the experts. What I will tell you is that when the people are in shelters go back home to their farms and to their houses, and so it will not just move out of the shelters and into your house. There will have to be some rehabilitation space in between, and that is your medium term that we're talking about. The short term right